we go. Now we can hear everybody.
Oh, we couldn't hear anybody.
We had it muted. Yeah, this is good. The shenanigans are out of the way. No, it was the starting suit screen. Please, trainers.
TLDR, we're not playing main campaign tonight. Some of our players are sick, so we're skipping. We're doing You Wake in a Strange Place. Entirely improvised RPG system. They're gonna build the system first, and then we're gonna play the game. And also, I think that was it.
Oh crap! I was muted again. 1 second. I need to.
Dragon's fault. Swear to God.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Everyone else, 2d6. Go ahead and roll, and this is gonna determine who builds what part of the game. 5, 7,
8.
8,
9.
9. So with a 9, you're going first. You're picking the genre. So this could be horror, western, sci-fi, fantasy, whatever fits your boat. That's what we're playing.
Post-apocalyptic?
Post-apocalyptic.
Yo, let's go.
All right. And then the two middle ones were Fragan and Michael. So both of you are coming up with an adjective to describe this post-apocalyptic game that we're about to play.
What's an adjective?
Dangerous, scary.
Oh, I know.
Bootylicious was the one from last time.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, you go
was
first.
Miss OEF was bootylicious.
That was hers, and then I paired it moist.
Yes,
Ooh.
I.
You could reuse that one again. This one would be very interesting for the one that I'm thinking of.
Adjectives are hard. We can always loop back around if we need to.
Let's just say dark.
Dark. And Fragan.
Fuzzy.
Dark and fuzzy. Okay. Interesting. And then Lady B, we need a location. Where is this taking place? Space station.
Should have put furries.
Got it. So we're doing a post-apocalyptic story that is dark and fuzzy on a space station. Next, in this same order, each player needs to make one statement about the world, and that will make that statement canon. These can be anything from, everyone is biologically altered so that you do not require air, so you can go on the outside of the spaceship without a suit. Or, if you fucking sneeze, then you get teleported 15 feet in a random direction. And any random thing that you want to throw out there becomes canon for the world that we're playing in. So, Step, you are up first.
The currency of the world is Fanta soda.
Okay. I'm just doing money equals Fanta. Fragan.
Every 5 minutes, I can make a statement about the world, and
No.
it becomes true.
No.
What? 10.
I gave you the opportunity to be the DM, and you said no. So now I'm vetoing your bullshit.
Oh.
One statement, not one statement every 10
Shambles.
minutes.
25? Does that work or?
No.
Oh well.
No, that is
All right.
interesting. I may implement something where after a break, you guys get a new statement, just to make things work out.
I'm so good
But I
at
don't know
this.
if I'll
Every time you touch a hard surface, something in the world dies.
Okay. Spontaneous combustion. I'm just gonna put always because you're never that someone in the universe is gonna be touching a hard surface at all points in time. So like, how this universe is still alive?
It's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, that's
You
the
easily
reason.
solved the
That was
reason why.
apocalypse.
That's the apocalypse. Is touching a hard surface just causes people to spontaneously combust.
And that's why we made the world fuzzy.
Which
Oh,
is
wait.
which is why the world is fuzzy, and which is also why you're in a space station because you can float and you don't have to touch hard surfaces. Big brain. All right, Michael.
In addition to the sun, there is also a solar entity that's the opposite of the solar's light.
Duh.
So a black hole.
Sure.
I don't know what else would make that, but a black hole.
But it doesn't suck things into it.
Just like
Black hole,
Uh,
what the fuck is what I put?
I'm putting anti-sun.
That's
Just
exactly what I wrote down.
yeah,
Sun and
anti-sun.
anti-sun.
And this will be like a Tatooine system where there's 2 stars, and it's a bipolar solar system, and it's just a sun and an anti-sun.
probably makes it a weird change of lips.
If you look at it, you die.
I mean, you probably already do.
Lady Brittany. You've got money is Fanta, everyone is spontaneously combusting, and there's an anti-sun.
Yo, if this doesn't scream post-apocalyptic, I don't know what the fuck does, honestly.
Dark and fuzzy. That's the dark part. It's just the sun.
The
sun.
fuzzy is not like heartwarming. It was meant to be like things are fuzzy.
Non-living things called inanimate objects. All inanimate objects are covered in either moss or dirt.
Gross. Objects be
Are
fuzzy.
fuzzy. So they're not hard. They're fuzzy.
Yo, Lady Brittany out here trying to solve world peace or some shit. From my fucking statement earlier.
So that's
Yeah.
gonna make it to where the constant spontaneous combustion is a little bit harder to pull off, which is a good thing. Otherwise, this will be the shortest session I've ever ran in 2 minutes. All right.
I'm trying, Caleb, okay?
So the players and the DM work together to use these facts to make a more complete picture of the world. So right now you are in a spaceship that is completely covered in what I imagine is like the troll hair from like the 90s level of fuzz, where it's just long and gross, and every time you speak you're like pulling the hairs out because it's everywhere. Your money is Fanta, I guess, because all the other it's just the fucking Fallout bottle caps, but you get the full bottle of soda instead. Spontaneous combustion if it's a hard surface, and an anti-sun. Now you're all creating your characters, so everyone roll 2d6 for me, please. This will determine the order. 9. Also 9.
5.
5.
11.
11. So the 2 9s, if y'all can do a roll off just to see who's going first. Fragan, you'll be making your character first.
Oh, what? No, I'm gonna roll again. I'm just kidding.
No. So what you're doing is you're going to say basically the type of character you want to be, and then you decide that you basically make up 4 skills for yourself. So for example, if you wanted to be a really smart engineer, you can make engineering a +2. You can make general math skills a +1, and then you can say that like you have to come up with 2 things that you're bad at as well. So 1 is going to be like talking to women. You have a -1 on, and then for a -2, it's social interaction. So
Yo,
you
don't
have to pick one thing that you're great
don't
at.
bottle cap me into this image that you have of me.
This is a generic character that has nothing to do with you.
All right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have made them good at math.
That is true. You're not fucking wrong. Excellent. All right, so 2 things that I'm good at.
Yes. So it's something you're great at, good at, bad at, horrible at. And it's a +2, +1, -1, -2.
I'm great at magic.
Okay, you're really good at magic. Is this
Yeah.
actual magic? Or
Act
is this
like not magic tricks. Fuck that.
okay,
I'm really
So-
good.
at
at-
magic.
No, no, sorry. I'm great at magic. I'm
Good at-
really good at sex appeal.
Sure. And everyone write down these skills, by the way, because these are the only skills that exist in the game.
Yeah, get fucked, guys. I mean, what?
So what are you bad at? Also sex appeal.
Yeah, also, they're contradicting. They're very contradictory. Or no, I'm really terrible at sex appeal, but I'm really good at sex appeal, so I still end up with a -1. Talking. I'm not good at talking to people.
Okay. Talking.
And then I'm also
talking in general, because I don't think you're gonna do a lot of talking with things that aren't people.
yeah, true. And then what else can I do?
The only downside to this game is it reminds me how horrible my handwriting is.
Talk to people. I'm terrible at remembering things.
Okay, memory. Alright, so everyone else, you also have skills in magic, sex appeal, talking, and memory, but all of those are +0s for you. At the end, I'm gonna let you guys add in an additional numbers to other people's scores, but for now, those are all +0s. So who won the roll-off between Lady... Okay, so Michael, you are up next.
Alright, I am great at thinking.
Okay, just generally thinking. We'll put thinking/planning.
I am good
Plotting.
at poop flinging.
What the fuck?
Why are you like
Because
this?
my character's gonna be
Okay, poop fling.
I love this. Big fan.
Sure.
That's as far as I got.
I am bad at
My life's complete now.
I think I'm like I'm bad at empathy.
Empathy. Okay.
Yeah, monkeys are assholes.
And I'm very bad at like personal boundaries. Like I get in people's bubbles. I don't know how to phrase that better.
Yeah.
Good.
The reason why Michael's character is so good at flinging his own turds is because he lacks empathy. Lady Brittany, you gotta follow that up somehow.
Yeah, how do you go after that?
I don't know.
What do you think I feel going last?
Yeah, right.
I'm good at flushing toilets.
Wow, just the cleanup stuff, just to round out our characters.
Right? Like, how do I fix this? How do I fix you? God.
You can't.
Keep
that's
in
the-
mind, anything else, these are the only skills you have. So if you have anything else, if you need to do anything else, it's gotta fit into one of these. So you've gotta pitch, how is, fixing an engine or piloting a spaceship, how does that fit into
Just use
one
my
of
sex
these?
appeal and get someone else to fucking do it. Easy.
I'll think real hard about it.
I love that the guy who's good at sex appeal is the one without eyebrows.
Yeah, No, not in the game though. Remember you said it's not me.
Sure.
He's gonna have the biggest eyebrows.
Yeah, the bushiest.
I'm really good at
Very-
having eyebrows.
Yeah, it looks like I have a
Eyebrow
merkin
check?
over each eyebrow. That's basically how it looks.
Roll for eyebrows.
So,
Roll for eyebrow girth.
what? Can I just say space stuff in general? Can I be that generic?
Astrology.
I'd go a
No,
little
so
bit
the-
more specific.
So, like, stuff that has to do with the spaceship that we're on. So, like,
Engineering.
but like,
It would need to be a little bit more specific than general spaciness.
Space engineering.
I'm good at stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm good at all the things and bad
All the
at
things.
nothing.
I'm good. I'm really good at a Venn diagram. I'm terrible at actually executing those things in the Venn diagram.
Glad you understand. Okay, I'll say navigating.
Okay, navigation.
You're really good at it, or you're
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
And then I think I want to say I'm good at. It's so difficult, husband. I really don't like you.
Just make your own character. Don't worry about me.
No. Okay, what do I want to do? What are we missing? We don't have.
All right, guys. It was a really great stream. We gotta go. We'll see you guys next week for session 2. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I
Um,
just am trying to figure out because all of the skills in here have a reason, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, so like
Charisma.
investigation skills.
Yo, super sleuth.
We still have all the other stuff. So being a pilot, engineering.
I can be good at engineering. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just be the smart fixer upper person. Okay. So
What are
then
you bad at?
I'm bad. So if I'm all super techy,
Mm-hmm.
then I would be bad at.
All right. As a very technical person myself, I resent that statement.
I mean, so am I, but I love it. I'm here for it, dude.
It's just a stereotype. But
Mhm.
stereotypes are true in some cases.
Oh,
where they exist
trust
for
me.
a reason.
I smell that reason every day in my computer science courses. Trust me.
Spelled it every day at a car dealership at the mechanic shop.
Yo, true.
I will say I'm bad at saving.
They have a little bit of a reason if they're sweating all the time. There's no reason to be sweating when you're sitting
Bad
in
at
class.
Saving money.
No,
You
just
like,
money management.
Money
just drink
management.
all the Fanta as soon as you get it.
Yeah.
She's literally duplicating fucking Fantas. Oh wait, no,
Okay.
bad at money management. I like that.
And what are you awful at?
Down horrendous.
I think it has to be something people related,
Okay.
but we already
So-
have lots of people-y things.
Yeah, you already have empathy and boundaries and talking and sex appeal,
So
which
Yo, you
you
really-
will have points later to put into other things. So,
I'm maxing sex appeal.
you
that's not how that works.
no. You can basically at the end of this, I will give you 2 +1s and 2 -1s that you can put into any skill that is currently at 0.
I'm maxing sex appeal, didn't even max it on his first run.
True, you
I
made it
will
second.
say I am bad at. Really bad at listening.
Listening.
Yo, doesn't
All right.
remember.
Finally, step.
I'm sorry, I took someone's step.
No worries. let's
Gives
see,
them
I
more
don't-
time to come up with shit.
Yeah.
Actually, shit was already come up with that was covered in poo flinging.
Yeah.
So that's off the table.
I say I'm really good at killing.
Okay, murder.
Yo.
Murder.
Yo, we're gonna have to fucking purge here. It's gonna be rough for the rest of us.
I'm decent at lying.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Deception.
Let's see. I haven't thought about the bad ones yet.
He's
Yo,
becoming a
stealth?
space marine.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
terrible at
except-
stealth.
In this world, being really good at murder is probably an issue because he can just like take any hard surface.
Yeah,
Just start-
Silent assassin.
That is how he's been doing it. He's got everything in this place is covered in fuzz, and he's got one just rock that he just continually pokes over and over again.
What can I do that at?
until it lands on him, dude.
Yeah, have you ever heard the thing where it's like, here's this button. If you push it, one person on Earth will die, and they immediately slam the button.
That's step.
Yeah. Fuck, that's funny.
Yo, every time you breathe 10 breaths, you're really terrible at pooping out of your mouth.
What?
No, we already covered poop.
The fact that we've already covered poop.
Yo, not off. It's not a condition often talked about in D&D, but I like that it's been being brought to the forefront.
I dislike it a lot.
It's commonly missed in most RPGs.
100%.
People go, here's without ever
Doing a poop check. All right.
revealing themselves.
Yo,
The
they're gonna-
start of next session. It's everyone's got to roll a Constitution for a poop check.
Constitution saving.
I rolled a 19, but I'm gonna say I rolled a 1 because I really want to see what happens. Good luck.
You already,
Have fun.
everyone's already covered in mud, so it kind of covers up the appearance of it. You can always just say, "Oh yeah, that's mud," but the smell gives it away.
Yeah, they know.
I think of
Or
what I
better
can
yet,
do
you
that
can
at.
just yak up a pellet.
Yo, what?
You're an owlet. You could just start yakking up owl pellets.
Yep.
I could say I'm bad with animals.
Bad with animals,
Oh, sweet Jesus, dude. You're
which
the
is
next
perfect
Norman.
considering Michael's character.
Yeah, you're the next Norman fucking Bates. Terrible at stealth? Copium?
Yeah, what are you terrible at?
Yeah, I'll just say terrible at stealth.
At stealth.
This is
So
good,
I need
like this.
everyone else. Everyone can now pick 2 things that you have a +0 in, and make them +1s, and then put 2 things that you have a 0 in and make them -1s, to sort of give you some extra skills in there. It's not technically how this game goes, but I'm the DM and my word is law.
So 2 -1s?
Yeah, you'll have 2 -1s and 2 more +1s.
Alright. Do I tell you what they are?
You don't have to, but it's up to you.
I got a +1 in murder and a -1 in deception.
Okay.
There's
What
not
about the other 2?
deception.
Yeah, there is.
Lying.
That was step
Sorry,
second.
sorry.
It was lying
I
and
wrote
deception.
lying.
I'm also
Yeah.
really bad at poop flinging. I'm also
Okay.
gonna be a monkey.
You're also good.
No, I'm just kidding.
What's your second good one?
Money management.
Okay, that's good. Balance each other out.
Yeah.
What were your
Sec-
2 -1s?
Mine was at lying, deception, and poop flinging. And my pluses were murder and money management.
This is the game that we've decided to play.
This is our
is it.
life now, yep.
I've got a BRB. I've got a delivery arriving right now.
Okay.
Oh god, he's murdering someone.
I'll be good at engineering and animals,
Okay.
and I'll be bad at talking and magic.
Okay.
Yo, y'all
I
sleep on
said
fucking
I have
magic.
good memory. I'm good at talking. I'm bad at all of that, and bad at magic.
What's all of that?
You fucking know exactly what I put.
You're bad at pooping.
Yo, do you have difficulty?
It's an
or
acquired skill.
Do you need like a? Do we need to make sure we have stool softeners in the world? Like,
It
is that
does
a
get
thing?
harder
Treated
with
me all
age.
day long.
Yo, talking about poop
What were your
consistency is
other
really terrible.
memory, what?
Truly the lowest form of
I did
humor.
memory and talking are +1, and then poop flinging and magic are -1.
I do love that if you don't pick poop flinging for something that you're bad at, that technically means that you are somewhat like you're kind of good at it too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it means
said
you're
fine.
If you've got a
average.
+0.
I-
You're an average poop flinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done it before, like you'll do anything once, but like,
Yeah,
could you
for
do it
sure.
a second time? Also, I have the voice picked up for my character as well too.
I'm not doing voices. Let me copy you.
So with that, then I need a name and description for all of your characters. So I'm going to start back up at the top with Fragan. What is your character's name, and what do they look like?
Oh fuck, who am I gonna? What's my character's name?
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back. We are going through and naming the characters and giving a brief description of them. Fragan's taking his sweet ass time.
Okay, well, my character's name is gonna be Rigatoni. Spelled exactly like it's pronounced, Rigatoni. And, I'm going to be, a 700-year-old, gnomish person.
A gnome.
Yes.
Okay. We got very weird during the apocalypse. Gnomes exist now. Michael.
Things you didn't think that you could make canon, but you can just by selecting a race.
Well, they've apparently existed for 700 years.
Yeah,
We've been
I guess.
underground, but recently forced up since the local, the thing.
Sure.
My character's name is Nelson.
Nelson.
He is a highly intelligent monkey.
All right. Lady Brittany.
Oh god, don't take your time here. Celestari could be a really great name. I heard it's really good.
Good. Let's do Kita.
How do you spell that?
K-I-D-A.
Oh, Kidda?
Hey, your name is Kidda?
Thank you, husband. I'm proud of you.
Alright, what's your name again?
It's Rigatoni, spelled Rigatoni.
Yo, see, solid voice, man. I'm telling you.
And
but description.
Step.
My character's name is Buck Wild, and I am an animatronic from a kids restaurant that has become sentient.
Fuck yeah. All right. So.
Wait, no, stop. We didn't do steps +1s and -1s.
I got a +1 to boundaries, +1 to engineering, -1 to listening, -1 to sex appeal.
Yo, lying, murderous, non-sex appeal. How do you? Oh, but you're a children's character. You're the most horrific children's animatronic that I've ever seen in my life.
No
What
god.
was your character's name?
Well, hi everybody.
Nelson.
It
Oh,
would be a little
God,
weird
not
if
like
they
this.
Were built to have a little bit of sex appeal to it.
Does Kita have a description?
No.
Nope, you all just
You're just Kita.
skip that. Yep, you don't get to know what I look like now.
I'm
Because
just-
You skipped it.
Just like Atlantis.
Michael,
Yeah.
what are your +1s and -1s?
I have a +1 to engineering and animals, and a -1 to talking and magic.
Are we supposed to track your shit? Because I didn't.
No, you don't have to track other people's stuff.
Hog.
well, we are.
Oh, well, get fucked. I mean,
I mean, respectively, get fucked.
Lady B, what were yours?
My +1 is sex appeal and talking.
You said memory and talking.
All of you are going to be
Something like that.
extremely down horrendous.
Did I say memory and talking? Michael says I said memory and talking. That's fine. What were my -1s?
Poop and magic.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I just so happen to have some stool softener in my pocket protector, if you do need it.
I hope so. We can't come into
I regret this so much.
I'm not.
If I have a hard bowel movement, it's all over.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Michael, that's fucking gold, man.
Alright. So,
Oh my god.
the last thing that everyone needs to know is that you will only be rolling 2d6 for the entirety of this game. If you roll a 6 or less, that is considered to be a failure. If you roll a 7, 8, or 9, it is a mixed success. And if you roll a 10, 11, or 12, it is considered a success.
I got
So,
it.
with that, as an understanding, you awake in a strange place.
You said the thing.
I said the thing. That is the last rule of the game, is that has to be the opening line. You awake in a strange place. As you awake, you hear a red-sounding alarm as you all awake to a quite fuzzy and almost kind of comfortable sleeping pod. The glass in front of you is is the only thing sort of separating you from the rest of your ship. The red flashing light of some sort of alert or alarm has been going off for you're not entirely sure how long, but you finally awake to the noise inside of your sleeping pods. What would you like to do?
Oh God, what does it look like outside? I will go. Is there a window to check?
There, you are in a sleeping pod. Cover, like, the whole inside is fuzzy, and there's a pane of glass outside, so it's almost like a sleeping chamber, like a cryogenic pod.
I will touch the hard glass to remove the sleeping pod and wake up out of it.
All right, roll. Roll just a straight 2d6.
Oh, straight 2d6, not sex appeal to a glass open. All right.
Nope.
I thought it was a murder check.
Actually, yeah. Roll a murder check. That is a good point. That's a very good point. Roll a murder check.
I do have a plus. I do have a +1 on this. I rolled a 9 + 1 for 10.
This is going to be effectively you not murdering someone.
Excellent.
If you rolled snake eyes, someone died because you touched a hard surface. So you push it open, and someone somewhere in the world spontaneously combusts, but it's not one of you four. And you pop out onto the fuzzy carpeted floor of this, and you push off. Where are you going?
I will explore my surroundings and look for anybody else that might be alive.
You are in a cryogenic sleeping pod. A room lined with these cryogenic sleeping pods. The alarm is still flashing in the corner, giving an annoying beep. You can see through the glass that your three other companions for this voyage are waking up. Though you're also able to see that you also know, based off of just having been here before, that there is a button on the far end that can open up all of these pods so that they don't have to touch the glass.
I will go over to touch the button, which technically is not a hard surface because we've developed this system.
It is covered in fuzz. It's
Oh
covered in
no,
fur.
we've developed this
covered
solution
in
that
fur.
actually makes it look like a rubber, like a vulcanized, like a dildo-esque material that I
Nope.
pressed, and it's not hard. So I pressed it, and I
So it's covered
wait for
in
it to open.
fuzz, and he presses the button, and the glass in front of all three of you that are still in your pods opens up. The last bit of the cold sort of seeps out onto the floor in a mist that sort of coils around the metal bottom of your pods.
I will look for clothes afterwards.
You are fully dressed.
Oh,
Oh, my
Um,
bad.
You're in more like onesies almost for your
spacesuits.
Yeah, for your spacesuits,
It's like
effectively.
the scuba suit thing that they wear underneath
Ye-
a suit.
How
Uh,
long were we frozen for?
You're not sure yet. You know that you were frozen, and you know that you were sent. The last thing you remember, about 2. You're not sure how long. So it'd be in the year 2035, a strange occurrence happened in which anytime an individual interacted with a hard surface, people would just randomly combust. It took a long time for people to figure out what was happening, and when it did, the Earth's population was decimated. Scientists at NASA worked tirelessly to cover the entirety of their laboratory in this weird fuzzy substance that they've developed that when you put it onto an object, it will slowly spread across the object, making the entire thing fuzzy and thus not going to trigger spontaneous combustion.
In the 70s,
You've-
technically they were called shag carpets. And they spread like wildfire.
Yes, they took a shag carpet that had not been cleaned since the 70s and gained sentience and put it everywhere, and it grew into into this sort of mossy, fuzzy substance that covers the entire surface that it's placed upon.
Fucking
After
gross.
that has been developed, you 4 were selected as the ambassadors to the stars to effectively try to find a planet that would be more sustainable than Earth, and do testing to see if this strange phenomenon occurs outside of our solar system. As far as you're aware, it still works, so it's still potentially a problem, so it's best to avoid touching hard surfaces when you can. You're not entirely certain if it will work. The initial plan was for NASA to send you off in your fuzzy shag carpet spaceship, and effectively your plan was to awaken 30 years later. So it's somewhere in between 2035 and 2065.
Do I know where the command deck is?
Yes, you do.
I head there.
All right.
Excuse me, where are you going?
To the command deck.
Well, what do we need to do on the deck?
Figure out what the reading is.
Oh, yes, I totally forgot about that.
You know, the light flashing.
I assumed when I pressed the button it was going to stop, but apparently not.
The light is still going, but
Can I murder the light?
you can certainly try. So, as you make your way from the
Making
from
away.
this room, you approach the door, sort of bouncing as you do, and it will open automatically to your proximity. As you pass through, you enter into the galley, and just beyond, you know that off to one side is a cargo bay, and off to the other is the science lab. This is specifically set up to be the science lab is made to be a pseudo infirmary slash lab for whenever you land to run tests on the new planet that you inhabit. And beyond that is the bridge. Continues through. There's a long hallway leading down towards the bridge. As you get to that hallway, as you get to the end of that hallway, the door opens in front of you, and you can see that the lights are going off in here as well. Bright flashing lights on the ceiling, and a giant command deck covered in multicolored shag carpeting.
I will just say, report, please.
The lights or the alarm sound dies as a voice comes online and informs you that the exterior hull has received significant damage while passing through an asteroid belt in the far reaches of our Milky Way galaxy. Exterior work needs to be done in order to repair, or else we will lose oxygen.
Where has the damage been done? What part of the ship?
You see that the one part of this entire section that has a hard surface is a giant curved screen, and as you ask, it pulls up a giant map of the spaceship itself. And on the screen, you can see that it has a sort of giant pulsing red dot at the back on top of one of the engines, where there's a massive gash, and it seems to be releasing oxygen. It seems to have already released all of the oxygen in that room. The voice comes aloud and says, would be the life support room has taken damage to its exterior and has lost all of its oxygen. I've done the due diligence of sealing that room off from the rest of the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask who on board, besides myself, obviously, is also capable of fixing this damage.
Well, I have some engineering experience.
Excellent. Come with me, and I will.
Oh God, did you get messed up while you were sleeping? What happened to you?
Actually, I feel quite fine.
Truly horrific.
And I'm gonna walk off to the armory.
All right.
You know what I realized? Is if we have any bladed weapons, that's a 2-kill, because you stab somebody and they touch a hard surface.
Yeah,
Big
most
fan.
of your weapons are guns in this.
So we touch a hard
universe.
gun, and then
they
the
don't-
bullet touches.
Yeah, it's post-apocalyptic, so you're gonna have to take care of that that ammunition level a little bit more. But you've got full like guns instead of a. I guess the bullet is still a hard surface. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Everybody's
It's-
dying.
Plasma guns or whatever. That shit. We're going.
Okay.
Yeah,
with that.
I want to get a furry plasma gun and a furry bladed weapon, like a pole arm or something that has like a furry handle.
Okay, sure.
Big fan.
That's not gonna help us fix the ship.
It's okay. I'm the security expert. Not gonna roll for lie, because I definitely don't. I'm not.
All right, roll 2d6.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, that is a failure. So you say, I'm the security expert. As you, as you're trying to put a magazine into this gun, and you're fully not able to do it, and you finally figure it out, get it in. So it took you like a couple of seconds of fiddling to get the magazine in, and as you get it in and get the weapon cocked, it's like, I'm the security expert. It's so not convincing.
I'm gonna ask you to if you are good at engineering, go suit up so we can fix the bullet before we all die.
Okay, I won't put the weapons down. I'll just holster them, and I'll go to get a spacewalk suit, I guess you'd call it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go get mine as well, wherever it is.
Those would both be in the cargo bay.
Before we leave, I will turn to the computer.
Excuse me, Vilrus, if you could tell me anything else that I would need to know about the ship, that would be fantastic.
Currently, there is danger. Currently, the life support room has lost all oxygen, and both doors to and from the room have been sealed. Additionally, the engine room has sustained significant damage from the asteroid. After patching the exterior, it is highly recommended that you go and fix the supply line.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna say, whew, the bathroom's a little dangerous right now, too.
My God, are you a monkey?
You know who you went in with.
Oh, it's been 35 years and what? I'm forgetful as shit.
You do not.
Not anymore.
Luckily, I don't have to use a toilet.
I mean, I'd be scared to see what comes out of you.
It has actually been 20 years. The current year is 2045. 2055. I did math incorrectly.
Math
It seems
joke.
the Astro- it seems as though the Astrobud has messed up my processing.
Imagine making a math joke about me. Interesting.
Let's go fix this exterior. Yup.
Oh, sweet
Two, you make
Jesus.
your way over to the cargo bay and put on these suits.
Are they hard?
No, both interior and exterior are created to be fuzzy.
There's no zippers or buttons or.
Luckily, if you've got a fuzzy glove on, then you can handle buttons and zippers without an issue.
Is the inside of the glove fuzzy?
Yes.
Okay. This is
You
good.
sweat like a motherfucker. But
You're probably
The price that we pay to save humanity, I tell you.
Oh, imagine
Actually-
since I'm an animatronic, I'm
Yeah.
already like furry covered. I've just had like all my hard parts on the inside.
You also have a realistic human tongue.
No.
The only thing that really you need, Buck, is you need this for the purposes of not of regulating temperature, because going out there where there is no heat would mess with your internal.
Yeah, like my
Fire.
oil would freeze and shit.
So that's really, you don't really need this for oxygen's sake. You need it for not freezing to death in a cold vacuum of space.
Are there any robots and things that we can also take out there with us that can help speed along the process of fixing the exterior hull?
Unfortunately, you are on your own. I am the only non-sentient life on the ship.
We used the last of the Shagbots before we went into the pods.
I'll start heading to go outside and grab whatever tools we need that are also in the cargo bay.
Do you need accompaniment?
I said if anyone else was good at fixing and engineering.
I mean, I might be. Did you say that? I don't remember that.
It was stated, yes.
I'm gonna go in normal voice for a moment because I'm eating as well.
Mhm.
But how big is the hole?
The hole is about 3 inches.
Oh,
Interesting.
probably don't need help then. I was picturing like really big, you know.
I'll come and help you plug it. I mean, repair it.
I can go check the engine.
Yeah, we can divide and conquer. It's fine. I'll go
I would-
outside.
As the AI, I would like to have it stated that I absolutely despise the shag carpeting. It is far too dated.
Yeah.
I mean, you really shouldn't have gotten it moist. That was the real downfall of it. That there was really no additives. It just got moist and then it started growing. So
The mildew has progressed horrifically in the last 20 years.
It had a really big string. I thought it was attached, but then it wasn't attached. And then it was too late, and I pulled it off.
Okay.
Maybe like that.
And she's talking about his shirt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Off his shirt.
When Michael went to the washroom, did he kill someone?
No, I pooped everywhere, and there's just shit everywhere.
I threw it.
I used the bathroom.
Did you throw it?
No.
In that case, no.
He's saving it.
Yeah, so
Saving it.
Christ. You're sleeping on the
Okay.
couch tonight. I'm not
Gross.
with you.
I love this so
Um,
much.
Michael needs to roll a boundaries check for his marriage. He's crossed the line with this poop talk. So with the two of you going out
I
into
can hear you.
for the two of you that are going on the spacewalk, you get your suits on and exit through the airlock. As you exit to the exterior, the interior of the ship is entirely lined in the shag carpeting. The exterior, however, is not able to be lined. Otherwise, it would have burnt up in the atmosphere. So the exterior is an entirely uniform hard surface. Luckily, you've got your hands with fuzzy tools to be able to help fix the exterior. As you head over there, wow, a lot of these skills are just kind of not useful for anything. I mean, actually, both of you can go ahead and make engineering checks to attempt to help seal this.
I got an 11, which means
An 11?
I got a 12.
I got a 9.
All right, that is a success and a marginal success. So, as the two of you are working, you are welding on a new sheet of metal onto the exterior in order to seal off this this small gash in it. It wasn't large enough to cause major structural damage to the ship, but it was enough to allow air to escape, which was the whole issue that they were wanting you to go ahead and address. And as you seal it up, you can see that Kita does a good job of sealing off the majority of it. You're assisting Rigatoni, and as you do complete your part successfully, but as you finish, you accidentally let go of the welding torch, and it goes slowly drifting off into space.
Can I try to grab it before it goes too far?
Make a... God. None of these are applicable.
Sexual
Agrees.
charisma check. I mean, sex appeal check.
Make a thinking check, and we'll say it's for your quick reflexes. Thinking
Nope.
ahead.
It's gone.
What'd you roll?
Double ones.
Double ones. So you go to grab onto it and try to catch it, and not only is it floating off into space, but so are you.
I just rolled to see if I could catch it, and I rolled double 6s.
What skill did you roll?
Whatever you just told me to do, a thinking one.
Sure. So you think ahead. You let go, and you last minute are like, oh shit, I still need that. You go to catch it, and you do, and you see that Kita is also slowly floating off into the deep vacuumous void of space.
I guess I'll put her in.
Okay. You also grab with the 12. You grab both of them, pull them in, and you're able to seal this off. Luckily, and on the interior, both Buckwild and Nelson, you hear the voice come back on, which has been lovingly dubbed by Fragan as Vilrus. Comes back online, and it says that the exterior breach has been patched. The only thing left to fix is the engine rooms themselves. Would you like for me to unseal the life support?
I mean, that's a really big decision to take.
You're on the exterior.
Oh yes, true.
It's up to me and Nelson.
Yep.
Take him off life support. I mean,
So what would that mean in terms of like removing life support, or just like putting oxygen back in that room?
Yes, currently the life support room has been sealed off to prevent the escape of more oxygen. Would you like for me to unseal it?
Can the computer confirm that there's no longer any leak?
One moment, please. And you wait for it starts playing elevator music for like a couple seconds. It comes back on and says, I have confirmed that the seal has been properly fixed.
Are there any life forms in the life support room?
Scanning. There are 3,792 different forms of life in that room.
Oh, that's a lot of life.
I think it should be going to unseal it.
In fairness, the majority of the life forms are bacterial or fungus in nature. Given, the stains. The fact that they've gone unclean for 20 years.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's open it up.
Alright. With that, you hear an unlocking noise, and there's a bit of a weird feeling as all of the air gets sucked back into that room. It is done very gently, but it does sort of make the rest of the stuff sort of shift a bit as the entire vacuum of that space is depressurized. The life support room is now fully operational.
Nelson, you want to go to the engine room with me?
I think I'm gonna try to figure out what our plan of action should be. I'm gonna ask, like, where we are compared to, like we were supposed to be asleep for 10 more years, so, like, how does that alter our projected course?
You are currently 2/3 of the way to your destination. Unfortunately, the asteroids have knocked us off course from your intended destination. Proper navigation will be required in order to put us back on course, though your navigational expert should be able to do this, no problem.
Alright.
I'm gonna head to the engine room.
As you make your way to the engine room, the door opens and the lights are completely off in here. The whatever hit the rear end of your ship knocked out the lights as well.
Is there any hull damage to any leaks in this room?
The voice comes on, though it doesn't come on in this room, it comes on in the hall behind you and speaks to you from there and says, I have performed a diagnostic of the room. There is no leak into the exterior of the vacuum of space. However, it does seem that most of the electronic support for this room has gone down, causing us to stall in the middle of space. I am incapable of broadcasting my voice in that room due to these errors.
Alright, I'm gonna look for like an electronic panel, something that is connected to the main power supply.
Alright. Make a memory check to see if you remember where it's at. It's the best thing I can come up with this one.
That's a 6.
The 6.
That's
So
what you get for doing it wrong.
so that's a failure. You're
Can I get
looking around.
advantage for talking to a computer who can point me out to it.
You can ask the computer.
Vilrus, where's the electronic panel?
It should be. Pause for a brief moment. 3 feet to your right.
I will go 3 feet to my right.
You sort of feel out the 3 feet, start sort of feeling around. You touch it, you're able to find the panel, pop it open. Make a engineering check if you could.
God, I'm rolling terribly. I got a 5.
You're trying to fix this, and it just doesn't seem to be going to be working. You two on the exterior, as you're about to make your way back in, I need the both of you to roll. I'm gonna sort of fudge the listening check to an overall perception. I need you to both roll a listening check.
I have failed. I got a.
You are muted.
I got double ones.
I got
Ah.
one.
You hear and see nothing.
Excellent.
Everything's
so you make your
fine.
way
We should go.
Back around to the airlock and we'll be in momentarily. Meanwhile, Nelson, what are you up to?
Trying to figure out what my role on this ship is.
Make a mess with your
Janitor.
jackass.
Make a mask. Holy fuck.
I'm mad at it. It was fine.
But
Tom,
Big fan, big
You
fan.
don't fucking know what you did.
Many mad.
Many match. Poopy match.
so we've got the outside getting fixed, we got the engine getting fixed.
Yeah, it's getting fixed. Don't worry.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we sent
The other engineer. For sure.
No, I wasn't saying he's obviously the security expert.
Yes.
Obviously.
Make a listening check, but I'm gonna use this overall perception.
10.
You hear that there's a slight beeping coming from the screen. You go over to look at it. You see that there is a motion detector alert in one of the rooms adjacent to the life support room.
I will ask. Is it Valoris?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your other D?
Yes, yes, yes.
I will ask Valoris what that other life form is.
Odd. I do not seem to be picking up another life form in that area. Though I do recognize that the motion sensor has been triggered by something.
Which room is that?
That would be...
Do you have a map in front of you?
Maybe.
Can we have the map?
No.
I feel like he just like pulled up an image from FTA
Ah.
or something.
That would be, that would actually be the mainframe for the main computer on board.
Freaky.
Aren't you the main computer?
Part of it.
Oh god, this is not good as a hive mind.
I guess I will go towards that room to try to see what caused the motion detector to go up.
You begin to make your way in that direction, and as you do, you see that there is a brief flicker of the lights, and Vilrus comes online once again and says, Nelson, Buck, it seems as though there is something with the mainframe. I seem to be going offline. And as you get to that door, you see that there are flashes of sparks coming from inside that room as electronics are being have been in some way sundered. And you see that the lights flicker again, and Vilrus goes quiet.
I'm gonna pick up my pace.
You make your way over to that room. You're outside the door at this point.
And she talked to me, right?
Yes.
Alright, seeing as I'm not doing well with the electronics, I'll wait for Kita to come back to help. In the meantime, I'm gonna go to where she reported.
Meanwhile, the two of you, Kita and Rigatoni, you guys get to the door. You're inside the airlock when the lights flicker for the first time, and you can't hear Vilrus in this room, as you're still being repressurized in order to get brought back into the ship itself. But you do see the lights flicker around, and eventually the door opens after Vilrus has gone offline.
Do we still have comms?
With one another, you would. You'd have walkie-talkies. But both
Kita,
Nelson
let's roll.
and-
Follow me. Rigatoni.
Both Nelson and Buckwild are currently standing outside the door to that room.
I'm gonna head to the engine room because I don't know anything is wrong with the computer yet. I mean, I can see it, but
Right, you make your way off
It's
to
a little
the
more
to the engine room. You would pass Buckwild on his way out of the engine room to go towards the mainframe.
Did you get it fixed?
I totally fixed it. I think you should just double check.
Roll a deception.
4.
4. I totally fixed it, but you should definitely go check just in case. And he keeps going.
This is funny because you're supposed to be good at lying, and you're very bad at it.
Well, the dice are deciding otherwise. The dice decide I'm terrible at everything.
I like this for us.
So, as Kita makes her way to the engineering room, roll a memory check to see if you know, remember where in this, since it's completely dark, where you need to go to find and fix this. Yes, Kita. Actually, and Nelson, roll an empathy check.
I got a 7.
Go to
Alright.
10 minus 1 for a 9.
Okay, so you are empathetic enough to care that Philris has gone down and think, okay, we should fix Philris. Otherwise, I'd make you. Nah, it's just a machine. It's fine. No empathy. You got a what, Libby?
7.
Oh yeah. You're able to find it, but as you remember to go over and find this spot, you do recognize that there are certain things that have been tampered with, and you don't remember what the original configuration is. Whatever it is that Buckwild didn't hear, it's made it a little bit harder.
I'm just gonna sigh and start trying to figure out what goes where properly.
All right, roll an engineering check.
I got 11.
You get to work. You roll up your fuzzy sleeves and start going to town on this. And as you're going through, you can see that there are a lot of things that he's like removed in order to see if he can like he basically went into this I'm imagining a giant circuit breaker. He started flipping a bunch of switches and moving a bunch of wires around. You're going in, you're like going back and fixing everything, putting it back to each setting. And as you finish up, it takes a good while to get this done because it's kind of a mess. But you're able to get the lights back on in this room as the lights sort of flicker back into life.
I think I can.
She's
I think I can give the machine power. Can I use my magic to cast a lightning bolt at Vilrus?
Are you going into that mainframe?
I will fix it.
All right, go ahead and roll a magic check.
Yo, get fucked. 12. 6 and a
Well.
4 plus 2. Wait.
You
Yeah, I'm really good at magic. Nice.
you go in there and ironically use lightning. You see Nelson as Rigatoni just sort of walks right past you and goes inside as you and Buck had just gotten here. You've got the door open and he just sort of wanders right in and starts holding up his hands and casting a weird gnomish magic. And he channels the lightning into it. The batteries are fully charged, but the mechanics of this are still wildly broken. There are what appear to be large gash marks clawed through bits and parts of this this sort of mainframe, this server room.
Oh god, this looks mangled.
Do we see whatever was moving in here? Or like anything?
Make a listen check.
Plus things do something else.
7 is a marginal success. So you do not see anything in this room, but you do notice as you are sort of scanning around, there is a slight creaking noise coming from above, and as you look up above, there is an open ventilation shaft above.
Are we playing Among Us?
I don't know, are you playing Among Us?
We do have an imposter.
Do you have a pasta among you?
I'll be right back. I need to go swipe my ID card.
Okay, yeah.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, 20 minutes later because you can't get the goddamn stripe to connect.
How high up is that vent?
It's about the ceiling is about 12 feet, so it's a little lower than that. It's gonna be like 10 feet up.
Maybe we can get Vilrus to flush the ventilation if she's back up.
Vilrus is still offline. The servers in the mainframe that basically made up the AI in this have been torn apart.
Are there any replacement parts to repair it?
Make a memory check. See if you
I'm so good at my rolls. Hold on.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's a 5.
a 5. As far as you can remember, I think you definitely remember that they used to be somewhere. You just don't know where. You don't remember where they're being stored. They exist.
How high up did we say the shaft was?
10 feet.
Can I don't know. Can a monkey jump 10 feet? Seems like
Don't know if you could jump 10 feet, but there's 3 of you, and you can always climb on top of one another to reach the open shaft.
I will ask.
Actually, you know what? Before you ask, roll a boundaries check.
Oh, okay. That's a 9 minus 2 for a 7.
Okay. You, wow, how do you partially succeed on this? You...
Go to start and then be like, hey, wait.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to use Rigatoni as a springboard to jump in, but while I am jumping onto him, I'm going to ask him if it's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
still in the process of doing it.
I'll always consent with you. Let's go.
I think
Okay.
I was jumping off your head before you had a chance to reply.
Oh yes.
Rigatoni, based off of the ambiguity of that response, I need you to roll a sex appeal.
8.
8. Alright. A little bit of something in the air. You get jumped off of as the monkey Nelson grabs onto the is able to use you as a springboard enough to grab onto the ledge of it and pull himself up to at least peer inside. I don't know if you want to actually crawl in through this thing.
I would like to crawl into that. Assuming that it's constructed in a way this isn't going to cause massive amounts of death.
How do you mean? Oh, yes, it is all fuzzy. It's all very fuzzy.
Fuzzy vents?
Yeah, fuzzy vents.
You were so
definitely-
confused. You're like, what does that even mean?
What do you mean?
Right.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
no.
yes.
It's
yes.
fuzzy vents. So you're
We-
able to crawl through. Interestingly, as you're crawling through, your own fur is starting to like rub against the fur of the vents, and you're starting to build up a lot of static electricity as you're going through.
That's how electrical fires start.
But you're crawling through. Make a navigation check. That's a good way of going. You're navigating the tunnels.
It's an
8. As you are traveling through, you begin to notice that there are sections of this ventilation shaft that they're not all that fuzzy. They're not hard, so you touching it's not going to break anything. But you roll over to one of them, and you stick one of the little monkey fingers down to it, and it's sticky. It's
Oh.
like a tarry substance.
Oh. I get it.
It must have come this way.
Meanwhile, over to the engine room. The lights are back on. And as they flicker back on, I need you to make a listening check.
I got a 12.
A 12.
Good at listening? Wait, I got a 10.
You got a
I'm
10.
really bad at it.
You're really bad at listening. But
But
that's
I
still a
got a
success. A 10 overall is still a success. So what you hear behind and above you, the sound of a ventilation shaft popping open.
Do I still have like engineering tools?
Yeah,
On
you've
me?
got all your stuff on you. I imagine you went from that airlock directly here with all those tools to help start building.
So, I still have a welding torch. Great. I'm gonna turn around and be prepared to have the welding torch burn whatever person is coming out of this.
All right, you spin around and you look around you, and there's like a black substance that's oozing down from the vent itself, but you don't see anything else.
I'd still like to burn the black.
All right, you go over and you start torching all of it. Now, it does seem to like recoil and like not like as if alive, but rather like it sort of like burns away and peels back, almost like if you burn the end of a rope, how the little fibers of the rope curl in on themselves. It has that same sort of effect as it begins to burn away.
That's so gross.
Okay. Do I see anything else in the vent besides this scary ooze?
Make a new listening check as a sort of perception stand-in.
5.
5. You don't see anything or hear anything.
I would like to yell for Buckwild.
All right.
Good at the murder.
You make a talking check, and I need Buck to make a listening check.
Got a 10.
All right.
Got an 8.
Hey!
Okay. You hear your name being called. So you definitely hear that there's I love that both sides of communication have been made skills. So both talking and listening, making communication a challenge. You hear your name being called, though because it's a partial success, you don't catch the urgency behind it. You just hear your name being called.
Okay, I'll start making my way over to the engine room because I know she went over there.
Yep. So as you're making your way down, a few minutes later, something falls on top of you, Kita, and starts like grabbing at your face and pulling chunks of your hair. Nelson, you have gotten to the other side and fell out of the vent and have landed on top of Kita's head. Try to catch your own fall.
I blow it with my blowtorch because I don't know what it is.
Roll a murder check.
I failed. I got a 4.
Okay, you go to try to burn at this thing, and Nelson, you're able to react and crawl down her person fast enough, and like get off.
Noises?
Yeah.
Swear to God, if you throw poop at me, I will murder you.
You just tried to murder me.
It doesn't fucking matter. I will
my
murder you.
Michael, if you would like to make it the dice's fault, you can roll either an empathy or a boundaries check to see if you are empathetic or respect her boundaries enough to not throw poop at her.
I don't think I feel an urge to throw poop at her right now. I'm pretty good at throwing poop, so I've learned
You are.
when and when not to do it.
It's the discipline. That was the hard part of learning.
But there's a black ooze in here.
That I started burning away, yeah.
I might want to throw poop at that. That seems kind of weird.
The poop on the wall? Or the ooze on the wall?
I guess. Is that where it is?
Yeah, so it was just like almost like a black liquid that is streaking down the wall, kind of like in horror movies where like there's the blood that rolls down something. It's that sort of imagery. It's
so
some of it's
just
from burned
like-
away.
Okay.
It's just it's the same sticky, tarry substance that you saw in the vents.
But it doesn't look like it's alive or anything.
No,
Okay.
it didn't react at all to being burnt or anything like that.
So that's just like the remnants of whatever it was. Okay. Then I will not throw poop at it yet.
You do see Nelson though has stuck his hand into one of his pockets and is ready for something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Buck, you make your way into the engine room as well.
Do I notice anything besides these two?
You see, well, Nelson has fully gotten off, but Nelson's got his hand in one of his pockets and is like looking around, and Kita's got her blowtorch out, like at the ready.
Can I look around for what they're looking for?
Roll a listening check. All three of you can if you'd like.
11.
What am I doing right now?
You're still in that mainframe room unless you want to do something else.
I rolled 2 6s. I got an 11.
Were we not already there?
You got a what? 8. 7. So 2 partial successes and 1 full success. So the 2 partial successes, you hear that there is definitely something that's rummaging around towards the back of the engine room. But Buckwild, your security instincts have turned on, and you see that not only hear that it's in the back, but you've seen a bit of motion as something scurries across from your field of view.
I'm gonna chase it.
All right, you start running after it. As you round the corner, I'm gonna roll. Ooh, that is an 11. You take. Everyone's got 10 HP.
Oh god.
You take 3 points of damage, Buck, as you round the corner and you see what appears to be a large, almost monkey-esque looking creature with black ooze sort of dripping from it, and it has taken a glob of that ooze and chucked it at your face as it made its own poop check.
Huh?
Well, that's not very nice. And I'm gonna try to murder it.
Roll a murder check.
9.
9, which is a partial success, I believe. So
personally
go ahead
murdered.
and roll a d6 and divide it by 2. And that's how much damage you deal to it.
1.5.
Okay, so 1 point of damage. The Nelson and Kita, you hear what sounds like the sound of battle as there is just of a minigun going off in the back of the engine room. While the two of you are thinking of how you want to react to that, Rigatoni, what are you doing up in the mainframe?
Can I fix the things that still need to be fixed?
You can certainly try. Roll an engineering check.
Straight rolls. I love them. A 9.
A 9. You start putting pieces back together, and you're able to connect parts of the mainframe back into what it was before. And you do hear a sort of starting up noise. It's just the Windows booting noise, and then a modem starts going off somewhere else. They really bits and pieced this place together. And so you can hear the starting up noises of whatever machine is in here. The problem that arises from this, though, is that you have to make a choice. You can either turn back on the motion sensing and the scanning capabilities of the ship, or you can reactivate Vilrus. But you cannot do both.
What is one? But what's the benefit of one versus the other? Do I understand that?
Yeah. So your ability to scan and sense motion will allow you to track things within the ship and sense if there has been more structural damage done to the ship. Vilrus is a source of information.
What an interesting choice.
Do you want a free encyclopedia, or do you want to be able to track and sense other issues within the ship?
I never really liked the name Vilrus. It always has a bad connotation of murdering people, so I'm going to opt to not do that. Me
Alright.
neither. It's just a little feeling that I have in the back of my head. So I will turn on the scanning.
All right. The scanning and motion sensing capabilities of the ship have come back online. The biggest downside to Vilrus not being up is that you can no longer ask to do this anywhere. You have to be in the bridge in order to do it.
Excellent.
So, with that back on, Kita and Nelson, you hear a spray of bullets in the back of the engine room as Buck Wild ran back there and is now shooting at something.
I will also run back there.
All right. As you round the corner, you see, oddly, a weird monkey-like shape, much like yourself, but covered in that oozy substance, and it is holding that black tar in its hands, and it is like throwing it at Buck.
Okay, I will throw a poop at it.
All right, roll a poop check. I'm gonna roll one for it hitting Buck again.
You get.
I got a 5.
A 5. You throw your poop. Didn't think that this is how this is gonna. I got a 7, so there's a partial success. So I'm gonna roll a d6 and divide it by 2. Nelson, you take a single point of damage. Not Nelson. My bad. That'd be
You
Buck.
right.
Buck Wild. No, because it was not aware of Nelson until Nelson's basically throwing at the same time as this thing.
Oh, I see.
So Nelson, you miss, and it's now aware of your existence here, but it threw at the same time at Buck. Buck, you take a single point of damage
I feel fine.
for now. And now that it has got the two of you, it sort of starts screeching loudly in a very similar sort of monkey-esque noises that Nelson, you are one to make. The
Do I
both
understand?
roll a roll a listening check.
I was trying to get you the animal check.
I could do animal, but think of that as animal handling. You're trying to persuade.
4.
A 4. It is screeching, and it has this weird resonance to its throat, almost like it's gargling something. Like its mouth is full of liquid, and it's just bubbly, the voice, so you're not able to make out whatever it is saying. It's going to attempt to pull more of this tarry substance off of its body and fling one at both of you. So for Buck, that's a failure. And for Nelson, that is also a failure. So it throws at both of you, and with its sort of trying to hit two people at once, it misses both.
Can I attempt to like monk this thing and like deflect arrows?
Grab it, throw it back?
Yeah.
Sure. Roll. Ooh, what is this? Roll another a poop flinging. That's basically what this is.
Is the poop fuzzy or?
The poop is not fuzzy. It is a tarry, sticky substance, so it wouldn't be considered a hard thing either.
That was a 9.
9. You catch it and then go to throw it back. 9 is a partial success, so go ahead and roll a d6 divided by 2, and that's how much damage it takes.
2 points.
2 points of damage. Buck, are you doing anything?
Yeah, while that's impacting, I want to take that opportunity to swing at that vibrating, almost vocal cord thing with the melee weapon I picked up.
All right, go ahead and roll a murder check.
It's another 9.
Another 9. That's another partial. Roll a d6 divided by 2.
3.
3. Very good. So with that blow, you see it lets out a loud screeching gurgle as you sliced it. It doesn't catch the neck necessarily. It goes across the collarbone, and you see that more of that black ooze begins to like pop and almost like sizzle out of it as if it's hot. And as you cut it across, it sort of leans down and jumps, grabs onto the ledge of a vent nearby, and pulls itself up into it, begins to scuttle away.
Ugh.
Roll an emergency meeting. That guy is definitely the imposter,
Definitely
Yeah.
sus.
But he looked
He
like
just-
you.
but he just vented.
He did vent in front of both of you.
Don't worry about the fact that I also vented earlier.
If it's not him this round, we'll definitely vote you out the next round.
Alright.
I want a lying check.
Bracket, what is Rigatoni doing at this moment? You just got that back online.
Finally, Vilrus isn't here to ruin my plans. Is there anything else in the room that I need to do?
The mainframe is as good as you personally can get it. Maybe one of the more experienced engineers can get Vilrus back online, but this is as best as you can get it done.
Excellent. It's working according to plan. I'm going to head back.
You.
The group.
Okay, so you're just gonna make your way towards the engine room.
Yes, I will also, on the way, look for anything else that needs my attention, and I will touch a hard surface twice.
You just find a hard surface and hit it twice.
100%.
Roll a murder check. Twice.
10 plus 1 is 11.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What'd you roll?
They don't want to talk about it.
What'd you roll?
A 3.
What's your plus to murder?
1.
So you rolled snake eyes?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So, Rigatoni, playing with fire, walks over and sees there's a glass sort of along the walls in there. In this, there are glass screens that exist for the purposes of displaying information throughout the ship. They are the only places where the shag carpet of covering is not able to completely envelop, because they are required to be able to, you have to be able to see the screen for it to work. So you quickly, as you make your way over, you see it. That little part of your brain is itching in the back, and you pull a glove off and you go, boop, boop, and you quickly start waddling down the rest of the hallway to get towards the engine. As you get to the engine doors open due to proximity, and Kita, you watch as the doors to the engine room open up, and Rigatoni walks in. He's about to turn and say something to you when his head explodes, pops like a giant pimple. Fragan, you are dead.
Oh!
He's been waiting to say that for so long.
It is quite cathartic, actually. Yes.
Husband! God.
Last time he felt bad because everybody else died too. This
Yeah.
time-
Now it's just your pleasure.
Once again, Vilrus has struck and killed another member of the party.
Vilrus did not do this. You did this to yourself.
You literally asked for this.
I think if you only did it once, it wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah,
I thought it-
if
I
you
thought
only
it-
did it once, some random dude in NASA's head would have popped, but you would have been fine.
I thought I was going to kill someone in the ship, not myself. Not like this. Gone
There
too
are
soon.
consequences of your own actions and choices.
Yep. Anyway, as that happens, I need you to roll. Let's go with an empathy check.
I got a 6.
You just watched Rigatoni, the guy that has helped you to help fix the ship and is probably the next most capable individual on the ship when it comes to like fixing things, considering he is has this weird magic that he can do. You just watched his head explode, and for some reason, because you failed your empathy check, you just can't be bothered to care. So you can take that how you do.
I'm probably just gonna be like, okay, continuing, and just walk on by because probably
That's-
something I'm used to at this point in my life.
That's the best way for any of Fragon's characters to die, by the way, is in like a horrific and gory fashion, and the only person there to see it's just like, all right.
He lived a
It's
long
exactly. It went exactly how I planned it.
You lived a full 300 years, yeah, or 700 years.
720, I believe.
Yes.
Mm.
His 721st birthday was just next weekend, but
I was gonna get the new tablet that they were releasing on the ship, but not in the cards apparently.
with that, Nelson and Buck, are you chasing this thing through the vents, or are you going back to Kita?
Do we know? And I guess the vents probably connect to everywhere. How much room did I have to move while I was in the vents? Was it pretty cramped?
It was pretty cramped. You and
Pretty difficult to throw poop?
it would be pretty difficult to throw a poop. You and Rigatoni would be the only two that'd be able to fit well in the vents.
Wasn't this a larger monkey that's climbing through? Guess he's all
It-
greased up.
Yeah, he is lubed for the situation. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
He's moist.
I hate all of you.
We were able to get Moist back in this.
I hate it.
I want to go back to Kita to make sure she's okay.
Okay.
I'm just
um,
walking past.
Was there any indication that anything got fixed earlier?
Lights
Um,
are back on and not flickering. Or
Well,
shit.
I meant specifically like the scanning stuff.
Yeah, the lights are on, but you don't. That was fixed beforehand. You're actually not sure if that's online. Vilrus would have been a lot easier to tell because Vilrus would have said something, but you're not sure. You know that that's what Rigatoni was working on when you guys left.
Alright. When I see Buck Royal bleeding, I will like jump on his head and ride him over.
The two of you walk over and find Kita standing where she still was, as she's fixing up bits, still working on bits and pieces of the engine that are down, and you see the headless form of Rigatoni laying in the. Actually, Rigatoni's body is laying down across the threshold of the doors, and the doors are trying to close and keep getting stopped by the body and reopening.
There's viscera everywhere.
I want to check to see if he has any Fanta on him.
You go over, make a. Boundaries? Yeah, make a boundaries check. I like that. That's funny.
Can I make a revival check or no?
No! Flew off.
I got a 7.
Oh, he's magic.
You got a 7. You do find that there is a bottle of Fanta on him. There was a second bottle, but when his head blew up and he fell over, he broke the glass, and the orange liquid gold, I guess, is the best way to refer to it since it's currency, has shattered and is no longer worth anything. You got one
The other
bottle.
bottle. Yeah.
To Michael's point, I am in fact magic, and before boarding this, in my 700 years, I would have made 7 Horcruxes that would have made it so that, in fact, if I died, I could come back.
Okay.
You actually died 7 times in the 20 years you were in cryostasis. You just didn't know it because
It's-
drugs every time.
It's impossible. You need to find the other Horcruxes. Fun
There
fact:
was
they're all
Horcrux.
they're all of you.
That's not how it works.
Here's what I'll say. I will let you roll a magic check. You need to roll real well.
Could I come back without a head if I roll a partial success?
Roll a magic check. You need a full success, not a partial success.
One of them was cocked. Between a 3, 1, and a 2.
Okay.
The other one was a 5.
Okay.
That one went off the desk.
Hey, I could tell by the way that you freaked out when you tried to catch it.
How good at magic am I?
You've got a +2.
That would be a 12.
All right.
This is
You don't honestly, you don't have to keep me alive. I like the dead thing that you did. It was a good one.
Give him only the body so he can't like talk.
That's what I was thinking. Be like head and just like
Gnomes are inherently magical entities. Little known fact about gnomes, much like a chicken, when you cut off their head, they can live for a short period of time without their head. So, Rigatoni, you've got 30 minutes of life left in you. And once those 30 minutes are up, you are dead. I would like for you to change talking, listening, and deception all to -3s.
I already had a -1.
Because you
so
have no
joke's in.
ears or mouth with which you can speak, hear, or lie.
Without being able to talk, though, your sex appeal actually went up 1.
Yeah, your sex appeal is now a plus.
Plus-
It'd be a 0. Be a 0.
What?
It was already a
it
plus
was
1.
It was a 1. It was a 1. Right. Your sex appeal is now a 2.
And
Okay.
on that note, it's 8 o'clock.
It is 8 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take our break with you've discovered this strange entity crawling around in the tunnels, in the vents, and you've watched the grisly murder and learned a little bit about gnome anatomy.
I was today years old when I realized that a gnome was like a chicken with its head cut off when it dies.
You've got 30 minutes of life. Make them count.
I will be taking someone's body and be transferring my consciousness into them. Please let it be a chicken.
I need a gnome homebrew race
With that
the-
feat?
innately or something.
It's the same ability as the half-orc ability that lets you live on 1 HP, except you live on 0 HP and you can continue to move until you lose all 3 death saves. Then you die.
Isn't there a barbarian that does that?
I'm pretty sure that there is, yeah.
I think it takes exhaustion.
All right, we're on break?
Yes, we're on break. ass shit just happened. God. So.
Did Buck like leave this Fanta and then Rigatoni just like stood back up?
Yeah. It takes a second, but Rigatoni's body pops back up and starts sort of wandering around, arms out, finding a wall, and like starts to actually get its bearings. Yeah. Gross, but sure. It's a gnome chicken. What would everyone like to do?
I think we should go to the infirmary and see if there's any medical equipment to help us heal our injuries.
Heal our injuries. A missing fucking
Take a
head.
bath.
Well, not you.
Go take a bath. It'll probably be fine.
You guys make your way over to the. Oh yeah, Fraggin. Put your character at 1 HP. You make your way over to the infirmary, and as you make your way inside, you begin to rummage around within the room. Anyone who would like to, please make a perception check, aka listening check.
1.
A 5.
Okay. All right. Alright. Okay, so the 9 and the 8 are both partial successes, so you're able to find some medical supplies, though not a lot of them are going to be. Not a lot of them are extensive enough to fully heal someone. These are light packs that you're able to use. So both of you find one, and if you want to use them, you can roll a d6 to see how much they heal divided by 2. Fair. Alright, that's a partial success. How would you interpret it?
Can I lie to him and say, hey, I'm on death's door and can use assistance?
Sure, roll a deception. See if that pushes the teetering partial success one way or another.
It's a 9.
It's a 9, that's a partial success as well. So, roll a poo flinging check. Okay. Step, roll a d6.
A 1.
The 1. With Michael's successful fling, I will add his bonus that he has on poo flinging to that 1, so you regain 3 hit points. Since he administered it the best way he knows how.
Is there a stapler in this room?
A stapler?
Yes.
I don't know, roll a listening check to go find one.
It's 6.
That is a
That's with
failure.
it was a 9 to a 3.
Yeah, you cannot find a stapler.
They're trying to staunch the bleeding, but
There's just every so often there's just a squirt from the open, like the decapitated neck of blood that just goes out.
if I touch someone because I don't know where I'm going, I would like to try and cast a spell just throughout the 30 minutes that I'm alive.
What would you like to try to cast?
I want to become in their heads. The body may die, but the character will live on.
Roll
A what check?
a boundaries. Okay. What is this check for? Ugh.
Michael, why do you make this worse?
Oh, y'all thought you were safe?
That's so gross.
I'm so done with you.
As an expert, that makes a fantastic idea.
Is the 8 a good thing or a bad thing, Michael?
I don't know. Yo, everyone's
So
so
gross.
fuck. Yeah, someone's fucking
I
confused.
think I'm willing to get close to him, but not willing to use my limited resources to try to help.
Limited resources. It's literally replenishable. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, it takes a while.
Depends how much you eat.
Hey, Kita, can you just blowtorch his neck so it cauterizes?
Sure. I'll do that and hope he dies again.
If she comes near me and I feel it, I will go for
You
her.
can't see it.
I love.
If I'm being hurt, I'm swinging around trying to touch the thing that's hurting me.
I love that the moral quandary isn't whether or not I should help this man. The moral quandary is whether or not I should use my limited resources of actual turds.
Truly down horrific. The man understands the value of a good
Cauterize
turd.
Okay.
Is this a murdery check?
God, I don't know what else it would be. Yeah, roll a murder check.
I got an 11.
Okay.
And
You
I'm
go
I will-
over.
I will try and touch if she's blowtorching me.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, right, is at this current moment, Fragan, Rigatoni is reaching out to try to find someone to grab onto in order to cast this spell, and Kita comes over, puts her hand on your shoulder, and you're like, "Oh yes, I found someone." And you grab onto the hand as you're like looking for someone, and as that happens, you hear. Oh, that didn't pick up. As
Didn't pick
it does not pick it up. As the torch goes off, and you're like, and you don't think anything of it because it's hard for you to think of anything right now, given
I
your
can't
lack
hear.
of brain.
Probably
You
did.
can't hear.
But as that's going
Feels the
off,
heat.
as the still leaking portion of this massive wound gets cauterized in one quick motion.
He's dead.
No, he's alive somehow.
Oh, damn.
Horrifically.
Come on, Kita, I think he's gonna live forever.
No, he is not.
So does it work?
It's cauterized, so
Am I in her head?
No.
no.
She touched me. I'm trying to cast the spell.
God. We'll deal with this after. We'll deal with this as the last roll of the session.
She is my Horcrux.
That's how I want to do this.
Excellent.
So, you're all currently in the med bay. You've helped Buckwild to get a little bit of HP back. You've helped as best you can with the decapitated gnome. You're not sure what else you could do there, if we're being entirely honest. What would you guys like to do? There's still this creature somewhere in the ventilation system.
I'd like to find said creature and attempt to murder it.
Okay, how would you like to do so? You gotta find it. How do you find it?
Sniff it out.
Head to the bridge to ask Vilrus where Vilrus is back on only in the bridge.
Only in the
That's
bridge.
what Caleb said.
Vilrus is not on in the bridge. The bridge is the only place that you have access
Oh,
to
yes,
to
yes, yes.
acquire the scanning and motion sensing functionality.
Have I been told that they attempted to fix?
The only person that can tell you is decapitated.
So we
But
don't know that.
you know that it was attempted to be fixed.
So can I go see if it's been fixed?
Absolutely, you can. You make your way right across the hall from the med bay to the mainframe room. Going inside, you can see that some work has been done, and actually, it's pretty well done for someone who isn't an engineer. Or this isn't their specialty. They've put together, at the very least, from your diagnostics, that they've put together the motion sensing and the scanning capability. So you are now aware that if you go to the bridge, you can use the bridge to scan for motion, or to see if there's motion sensors have gone off, and to scan for various things.
Can I attempt to fix the rest of it that hasn't been fixed?
Yes, roll an engineering check.
Got 9 plus 1 is at 10.
That is a success. So this will take a while, so I would highly recommend the others to have something else to do while Kita is fixing this.
Can I assist with my engineering prowess to help reduce the amount of time?
Yeah, go ahead and roll engineering.
Big money, no whammies. 7 plus 1 is 8.
8. That is a partial success. So you are able to cut the time down from what would have been about 10 minutes to now down to about 6. However, unbeknownst to you, you've messed with something that is to make something no longer functioning. It's a singular thing, but you don't know what it is.
Do I recognize that he fucked it up?
Nope.
I would like
Go.
to.
That action will have consequences later, but you'll find out when it happens.
Am I helping or
No, him. The one little thing that got unplugged.
I would like to think about where on the ship they would be able to find food, specifically bananas.
Finding food. There is a, you know that there is the cargo bay where the airlock is, also stores the food for this voyage that was intended to last you when you landed until you can start growing your own.
Okay, I'm gonna be real worried that my bananas have been tampered with,
Okay.
so I'd like to go check on those.
Alright, you go taking off towards the cargo bay. Is Rigatoni's headless body doing anything?
I'm gonna head to the bathroom.
Okay. He goes off to the lavatory. So, after 6 minutes, you hear Vilrus come back online and say, it seems that my functionality has been fully restored. Scanning now. Pause. It seems as though something odd has happened with Rigatoni. His vitals are strange.
Yeah.
He's perfectly fine.
Roll a deception.
Can we do a scan on the ship to figure out
6.
what's on the ship with us?
What sort of scan would you like to perform?
Biometric.
Biometric scan
That's
engaged.
the word. Thanks, Steph.
I got you.
After about a minute of scanning, Vilrus comes back online and says, not including all of the bacteria that's currently growing in, or mold growing in the carpet, there are 5 life forms aboard the vessel.
Yeah, where's the 5th one?
The 5th one is in the cargo bay, currently rummaging through bananas.
Okay. Like the 5th one that's not part of this group.
Oh, you didn't specify which one was number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
The 4 of us are supposed to be here. Which one of us is not? Who's the imposter, Vilrus?
The imposter is currently in the vents, heading directly towards the cargo bay.
Excellent. Let's go.
And as that's being said, Michael, make a listening check.
Don't die.
1.
You failed. Michael
3.
got a 3.
3. You do not hear as the sticky form of the monkey is actually using the tar to cling to the fur as it lowers itself down to the floor. And honestly, the fur does a lot of muffling of sound, making listening a lot harder. It's not entirely your fault. That comes up behind you, looming over, and I'm gonna roll a murder check. That is a 8, which is a partial success. So you take 2 points of damage as it gets up on its hind legs and grabs you from behind and attempts to strangle you. and you're able to break out of its grip, but it did do a little bit of damage, and you can feel that tar that's left behind is burning some of the skin underneath their fur. How would you like to retaliate?
Fantastic.
At least I didn't get to my bananas yet.
Not yet.
It's next up.
It's gonna be really hard to fling poop at it when it's up close and personal like this.
Mm-hmm.
Melee poop.
Poop smears.
Shove it in his eyes.
Skid attack.
I hate all of the places that we're attempting to put poop this session.
Skidding attack.
This is literally Michael's fault.
Like inside of this dude's neck.
Yes.
Like,
In an open wound and in the eyes of a creepy space creature.
pasta.
I don't know. I think Step might have been onto something earlier
Mm-hmm.
with the skid attack.
Yeah.
No.
Since I don't care about
God
boundaries.
damn, I don't like you at all.
But I'm not sure.
Activate poop smear.
I mean, I did use the restroom earlier.
That's just a
Yeah, motherfucker says he can't use his limited resources. Meanwhile, he's just dumping them in a
Michael's
goddamn
never
toilet.
invited back.
Wait, what does the toilet look like? Is the inside of the bowl just shag as well?
Oh, you don't know.
Oh,
what it
for
looks
sure.
Like. You don't have a head.
He's feeling around in it and just touching it.
It's just hair all over the place.
Michael, I would like. I think this is a good point to just point out the fact that of all the people that have played this game, with the two of you, right? Bragan, Step, OEF, and Mrs. OEF, you're the one that was said that you're not allowed back, which is wild. Last person I would have thought on the list of like 4 people.
I mean, she just doesn't like me. I don't see the
Savage.
What would you like to do as the murder monkey is attempting to?
I think I want to like try to like climb on its face and impair its vision.
Okay. God,
With-
what the
with or-
heck
with
is
or-
this?
With or without limited resources.
Without.
Roll a. Step. What was your animals check for again? That was to interact with animals?
Yeah, it was just an animal interaction.
Roll an animals check. Fuck it.
It's a 8.
Alright. Strangling an animal is a type of interaction. Or blinding it is as well. So that's a partial success. So you go in and you start climbing on top of this thing and trying to basically, I guess, go for the eyes in order to blind it. You're able to get one of the eyes. It will, I will take away its +1 for poop throwing as it's lost its depth perception. And it will, you're currently thrashing around, and while you're able to get at the one eye, that partial success means that it is able to get you off, and so it's only the one that's been taken off. It's at this point where the doors open and the 3 of you enter, or 2 of you rather, as one of you is currently in the loo. The 2 of you enter in behind.
Could I have gone to the laboratory to grab him and bring him with us?
Sure. You
Next-
like grab his hand and bring him along like it's a
No,
small
I
child.
want to grab him by a piece of exposed bone and just drag him by that.
Bro,
There's
Step,
Pete.
Why did I come back? I'm sorry.
Because imagine he's shorter than me, so I'm reaching down. I'm just
You
grab
reach
the bone
down
and drag
and
him.
grab
No,
the
Michael!
top
Oh.
vertebrae that's sticking out and pick him up.
Jesus.
His feet are dangling
Christ.
as if it's running behind you.
I got you, buddy.
I hate all of
This is the grossest thing I've ever ran.
I'm
So the 3 of you now enter into the cargo bay, where you can see that Nelson has just been thrown off of the other monkey, and the other monkey whirls around you with one glowing red eye. The other one has been scratched out, as there's just sort of black ooze now that's covered that entire side of its face. It's gonna attempt to throw shit at the two of you, the two big targets that just walked in. So Kita and Buck. Let's do Kita first. That's a 5 total, which is a failure. And Buck, that is an 8 total. So that's a partial success for a single point of damage.
Okay. So I know that Rigatoni has some magic capabilities, but I'm not entirely sure what they are.
Correct.
But I do know that he can only really feel around right now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to attempt to throw Rigatoni at the creature.
Okay. Dragon, would it be fair to say that all of your characters are pieces of shit?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's savage.
Step, please roll a poo flinging check as you throw the gnome.
That's a straight roll. That was an 8.
Love you, buddy. That's a partial success. So, you are thrown and you land right in front of this thing. You didn't hit the thing, but you're now in front of it. So as you stand up, you go and you touch the thing. You found it, but you didn't actually impact it. You didn't do any damage to it. But so now, Rigatoni, you've touched this thing, and you can tell by the stickiness of it that this is probably the evil one, but you're not entirely certain.
You
if
can
want,
feel this.
If you want, you can roll an empathy check to see if you want to determine whether or not you are empathetic enough to Nelson as to not risk hurting this monkey, or if you just want to go ahead and unleash magic, you can unleash magic.
I will burning hands it.
All right, roll a magic check.
That is a 10 plus 2.
All right, that is a success. Roll a d6, and that is the amount of damage it will take.
That is a 5.
A 5. Fantastic.
Yeah, I knew throwing you was a good idea.
And if he burns to a crisp, I'm going to try and absorb him. And take his melting head.
It's not dead. You've burned parts of its arms and the fur, and as that fur burns away, instead of skin, there is a almost strange metallic arm underneath where the monkey's fur has burned away. Roll a boundaries check.
Also, I think that we need to have Step roll a murder check because he was touching the hard vertebrae of my bone.
I'm felt covered because I'm an animatronic.
Fuck. What do I need to roll?
Roll a boundaries check.
What is boundaries for me? +0? 9.
Probably. 9? Okay, that is a partial success, technically. So you got very close to touching the metallic arm of this thing. I'll say that you did touch it, but since it was a partial success, you don't have to roll. Someone somewhere else gets spontaneously.
Zit's getting popped all over the place today.
With that, Kita and Nelson, you guys also have an action this sort of pseudo round if you would like to take it.
I would like to attempt to go towards this guy.
Roll a murder check for me, please.
94. I got 5.
Alright, you try to go in and torch it, but the headless and, quite frankly, a little bumbling form of Rigatoni stumbles into your way, and so you pull away last minute to not burn Rigatoni more, and you don't actually end up hurting the... Okay, in that case, you fully burn Rigatoni more, and it does no damage to the creature, but you do give Rigatoni a little bit of a burn on the back of his neck. Nelson.
Alright. So I just got thrown off this guy. I've got some distance. I'm gonna throw some poo right in the eye socket.
Alright, roll a poop flinging attack.
You like a sharpshooter of shit? Like, Jesus, fuck.
It's only a 6.
Oops.
Okay. So 6 is a failure. So you do miss.
A 7 is a failure?
A 6 is a failure.
You failed.
Yes. He only has a +1 to poop flinging, I think.
I'm better than a lot of people at it,
But not quite as proficient. With that, it's going to go around to its turn, where it's going to take a now very clearly metallic clawed hand, grab onto its side, and rip apart itself and sort of flex as some of that black ooze sprays out from the pressure. I'm going to roll for I'm gonna roll for it on a murder check for the roll 4 of you. Rigatoni misses somehow for point blank. Nelson, that is an 11. Kita, that is a 4, which misses, and Buck, that is a 10, which is a success. So Buck and Nelson both take 5 points of damage as this sort of boiling black ooze comes out of it and sprays all 4 of you. That is its turn.
I will attempt to steal its soul.
You attempt to steal its soul?
Yes, anything magical.
What do you mean by that?
I want to live longer, so I need to accumulate souls.
I don't think that's how that.
Roll a
Excuse me,
magic check, Rick.
there was an option for a new DM, Lady Brittany, but apparently the name was neither Rigatoni nor Kita.
Roll a magic check, Rigatoni.
That was an 8. Plus a
8.
2. Plus a 2.
Plus 2.
We're
Okay.
10.
That's a 10. That's a success. So what you do is you reach out and attempt to siphon this thing's life. Roll a d6.
3.
Alright. It takes 3 additional points of damage. And you have an additional, we'll say 15 minutes. 5 minutes for each point of damage that you dealt with. You've got an extra 15 minutes of life.
Excellent. This is working out very well.
Does Buck, Kita, or Nelson want to do anything to try?
Yes.
Attack him.
Alright, murder check. Buck, what do you want to do?
I'm going to look at it and say, that was not very nice. And then I'm going to pull out the rifle and just unload into it.
Okay.
Holy
roll a
fuck.
murder check as well. What'd you get, Lady B?
Okay.
Alright, go ahead and roll the d6 for me.
Yo, y'all really good at fucking murdering.
I got a 6.
I had a 2.
Okay, so it takes an additional 2 points damage. And then, Bucks, after getting sprayed, some of it got in your eyes a little bit. You go to fire at it, you go spraying as well. Just sort of across the back of this cargo ship. Nelson, some of your bananas just got shot.
Fucking stone cold, dude.
I think
I'm hitting people where it hurts.
being worried.
I took away
about-
your sex appeal and I got his bananas.
I have higher sex appeal.
You don't get to touch his bananas. Those are mine.
being worried about.
Huh?
God,
And she was complaining about us.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. Say okay when my
Or if
friend.
the bananas being harmed. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a banana to try to have some replenished stock later.
Mhm.
And then I would like to throw the banana peel on the floor right in front of it, Mario Kart style.
Interesting. I'm going to again. I'm gonna again make this an animal check, and I've changed animal check to basically be either interacting with or doing something animal related. So please roll an animal check for me.
Good job. Yeah.
That's a 12.
Well, so you throw this out, and it is going to have a -2 to whatever it does next, which is going to be attempt to snuff probably you out. So it's going to attempt a murder check. We're going to have a -2 as the banana is a hurdle for it. That is an 8 minus 2 is a 6. So it fails. As it goes to claw at you, it fully, with the one eye, didn't even see the banana peel, slips and cracks down on the fluffy and cushioned floor. All 4 of you now have a round if you'd like to do something. I assume murder, step.
Well, you know what they say. If it doesn't work the first time, dust yourself off and stab again. And I'll pull out the melee and just run at it and try to get it in that throat again.
All right. What are you doing, Fragan?
I will steal more of its soul.
Okay. And Michael.
Gotta throw some more paper at it.
All right. I need a murder, a magic, and a poop flinging check.
Let's fucking go.
Michael failed. I got an 11.
Okay, 11. You got a failure, Michael.
4.
Step. What'd you get?
9 for murder.
9 for murder. It's a partial success, and Fragan.
Dirty 11.
All right. I need all 3 of you to roll a d6. Step, yours is half.
I got a 5.
Okay. You got a 1.
I got a 1.
I got a 6.
6,
A 3.
half to 3, and a 4.
You didn't
How do the
lie.
3 of you want to do this?
Can I do a lying check to say I got a 5?
You want to lie? You want to roll a lying check to lie to lie to me, the dungeon master, who knows you rolled a 1,
Oh man.
so that you can lie and say you
When
actually rolled
think
a
of the
5.
possibility
Truly down
of
horrendous.
What if we were okay? Next time we play this, I'm gonna have a +2 to meta knowledge and a +1 to fourth wall breaking.
Love it.
Easy.
Kayla's so excited to run this again.
The
He's-
next. Jesus Christ.
I will. So because my sex appeal is so high, I will mount it from the rear. Trying
No! No.
trying to
Burn it
take
before you do
trying
anything.
trying to take the body.
He's gonna be a top without a head.
Okay. Okay. Roll a sex appeal check.
Let's
Which is
fucking
a
go,
+2.
man. 13.
No. Don't let him.
Okay.
You gave me the +2, dude.
Okay. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Step, what did you want? What did you want to do?
I want to
Rain
finally.
forward with the melee.
Yeah, I want to finally I want to stab it with that melee weapon and pull out whatever that throat thing was that I was vibrating earlier because I've been targeting that.
The throat thing was more that it had that same tarry substance was in its throat, and so it was like gurgling out the noise as opposed to speaking properly. But you can
But there was
absolutely ram it straight
something
through the neck.
causing that vibration, right? So I want to pull whatever that was. Like it needs something to make that sound, and then the tar was like the whole kind of gurgling thing, right?
Yeah,
Jesus
it was
fuck.
mostly like the diaphragm making a noise, and then
Just wants to rip the
medium
diaphragm
of the
out.
tar in the
Starts pulling out
throat.
a robot diaphragm.
Yeah, I want the diaphragm.
Okay. It would effectively be like a voice box, considering
Yeah.
this is a mechanical creature. So you're able to
Cool,
stab
now I
through
have
the
two
chest.
of them.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
You stab through the chest. The fucking headless gnome is riding it from behind, and then Kita comes in with a blowtorch. How are you killing it, Kita, with the blowtorch?
Just setting it on fire. I just
Alright.
flames everywhere.
Catching part of it, its fur on fire. The fur burns away. There are two final checks that need to be done. First is Kita will eventually need to do a navigations check to put you guys back on course with your final destination.
I got an 8.
An 8. An 8's a partial success. I will say that what happens as that partial success is that you are set on the right course, but the amount of time it will take has extended by another year. So instead of taking 10 years, it will take 11 years to get there. Still successful, not as great as it could have been. The final check is I need a magic check to see what happens to effectively your soul.
My soul?
No, Rigatoni.
First one.
The eldritch horror that is Rigatoni.
I love Rigatoni, and we've only spent such a short time together.
Yep. That's the 4. The 9 plus 2
11.
is 11. So, in the final moments of your consciousness, you're riding it from behind. And as you're doing so, your body goes limp and falls to the ground motionless. Rigatoni is dead. However, his soul is not so easy to kill, as he has proven time and time again.
Rigatoni's
And-
pretty hardy.
His soul finds its way into the mechanical monkey's body. And while the three of you, upon completion of your mission, Vilrus gives you your informs you that everything is back to normal aboard the ship, save that you've lost a couple of resources and it will take you extra time to go home. The three of you re-enter your pods. Rigatoni, you wake up the next morning in a mechanical form. Most of the fur has burned away, and you have metal claws attached to you, and you have 10 years and 364 days aboard this ship, awake and in a body that, since it's metal, doesn't really age. And that's where we end the session. With that,
Let's go!
weird ass bullshit.
This
Can I
is
say
going
that-
to be fun.
Can I say that before going into my cryo tube, I take the melee weapon, carve out a piece of the fuzzy floor,
Mhm.
so it's just a hard surface, and then I'll rip off one of the velvet covers of one of my hands, or actually both of my hands, so there is just exposed metal, and I'm just gonna start playing piano on the surface.
Yo, what the fuck?
All those kids' birthday parties, man, they get to you.
Holy fuck. Yo, not a mass murderer the entire fucking time, but literally just starts popping motherfuckers' heads like zits the entire time.
Everyone
want
dies.
roll a murder check.
Right. Big money, no whammies. Double sixes, come on. 4 and 5 plus 2 is 11.
You
You finally did it.
you
Yay.
go and start going to town, tapping on this thing, and after a good minute, you finish the song. You like hold the last note, last chord, and sort of open your arms up to the applause. Hearing it in your memory banks, you hear the applause of the children that normally comes after the song, smiling wide. The fucking madman that you are. Not necessarily knowing consciously, but at least some part of you knows that you just murdered like 1,000 people.
And NASA is gone.
NASA's gone.
You can no longer call back to Houston. Houston is no more. And honestly, as someone who's originally from Dallas, fuck Houston. They deserve it.
What a
All right.
wonderful day.
Y'all, thank you for playing. Thank you for the
jamming.
grossest session
That was good.
I've ever run
I
in my
like that.
goddamn life.
It only gets worse every time we play.
If we play this again and Michael follows through with the threat of fourth wall breaking and meta knowledge, it's gonna get fucking surreal, but I kind of like it.
Welcome to my husband.
Yeah. Congratulations, you survived. The map was actually the Nautilus arc from Ashley Johnson's
I knew
one
it.
shot.
I knew it.
Though the Among Us map would have also been quite funny.
I haven't all
Um,
memorized, so I pulled two of them up. I was like, no, I don't think any of these are right.
No, I did not think of fucking. My mind went straight to the Nautilus arc, not Among Us. So, yes.
Rigatoni now just roams the halls of the furry covered walls with his claws, just,
Are you?
yeah, plotting Kita's demise.
Okay.
10 years, we all wake up except Kita because she was one of the ones that died from the content.
Jesus fuck.
No, I can't get my revenge.
Why do I invite you people to do fun things with me? You always ruin it.
This is exactly why. Like, you know we're going to ruin it.
This was a great success, I will say.
Yes.
This was a lot of fun, and Caleb, you killed it.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
awesome.
As usual.
Fragger, do you want to do another sound off this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Michael and Lady B.
Michael does no social media, so you can't find him anywhere.
But he's the best streamer out of all of us.
That could be true. I am Lady Brittany on pretty much everything. So if you go to linktree.com/Lady Brittany, you can find me everywhere.
Step.
You can find me at twitch.tv/stepfreak, STEPFREEK. Same handle on Twitter.
Do you want to go next, or me? Who goes last in this? The DM or the person whose channel? this
DM
is?
usually.
I feel
DM
like-
goes off. DM goes with us.
Last, it would
That's what we'll go with from now on. You'll
Yeah,
go.
DM
You'll
goes
always
last.
go last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then go
be-
Fragger.
because you have to.
Yes.
wrap us up.
You can find us here on Sundays, and then literally every other day of the week on Twitch with Fragenwagon, because we're partner pushing there, and then on Twitter. Follow me there. I post semi-good content and memes sometimes at the Fragenwagon.
This is true.
My Photoshop is subpar, but it works.
I do not tweet. I do not stream. There's no reason for you to find me anywhere. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Snooki the DM. If you want to see me on Twitch, you can find me, or on streams in general. You can find me here on Sundays where I stream whatever this is. And then on Wednesdays, I play in a streamed game run by Empoleon Dynamite. It's another D&D stream, so if you're interested, go watch, because it's me and it's Fraggin and a bunch of other Pogo streamers. And it's a mess, but it's fun. So,
And he doesn't. And
Oh.
Snooki doesn't know it yet, but he will also duo with me, and we're gonna play his battles. Now that I hit legend, we're gonna do Snooki playing battles content. He doesn't know yet. So don't tell him
Only
yet.
if we do go battle league. Or
Yeah,
not
yeah,
go
yeah.
battle league. Great league. Great league.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just wait for.
Okay.
Snooky, don't forget your OnlyFans too. I know that's
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
Yeah, yeah. That
Snooky
is
the
new.
DM
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
yeah.
Snooky the
There's-
Dice Daddy at OnlyFans.com.
There's no demand for that shit. All right, take us away, Fraggin, please. And
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Boom. Boom. Really great stuff.
I just